There we go. All right. Hold on, I got somebody else in another one. Come join new live stream. I get my mic set up. Back here. All right, so I'm just gonna wait on some people. It's probably best I close down the other one. Because I had no idea what I was doing. It was like a video game thing. Just learning here. But hey there, West Virginia, Prepared Mind. I know there's a lot of people who wish Marfoogle was on, and I figured I would, if anybody wants to call in, I'm going to put the phone number out there. I don't know exactly how this is going to work out, but I'm going to do my best to try to at least kind of fill that void for now until I know what I'm doing. It's my first time doing this, so I'm going to put the phone number in chat. My name's Matt in Boston. I called in the other day. I don't know if any of you guys subscribed, but I got a bunch of subscribers, and that's why I just wanted to thank Marf, and he's a good guy. I was actually working on a video today, and when I saw that he had that sonic boom go over his head where he lives, and a couple of now I was waiting for him to come on live and talk about it, but I guess something happened with his equipment, so I figured I'd just kind of, if somebody really needs to get something off their chest, the phone number's right there. I'll keep sharing it here and there, but you know what? I'm not really prepared, but there was some stuff I was looking at. So, no, can you guys not see me? How can you guys still see me? All right, so you know what? I'm just gonna wait. Okay, so basically they released over in Pakistan and India, they released the pilot after capturing him. So all is well and good, right? No, it's not all well and good. In fact, right along their border, they've been fighting. I think it was like 3 months ago, 55 people got killed. Just yesterday, even after the pilot was released, they were still shelling each other left and right. 2 Indian soldiers got killed. So this is far from over, but it's all about optics. People see, it's de-escalated. The pilots returned, so everything's all good now. Nothing to worry about. Peace and love. No, they're still shelling each other. Another couple guys, Indian soldiers, got killed, and see the Indians are getting the worst of it. But then again, that might be because we're reading Western media, so we're not gonna see every time a Pakistani soldier gets killed. But so that's really the truth of it. I mean, they're still shooting at each other. They're still bombing each other. Tensions are hot. They did release that pilot, but I'm sure that they were being pressured by somebody, and I don't think it was us. I think it was China, because if you look at it, this would be their 4th war, India and Pakistan, and it's all over where they border each other. That's disputed land. And then China had taken some land in like the northeast of the Indo-Pakistan region, and they want it stabilized as much as possible, which is why I think China is the reason that hostage got released for optics reasons. But let me know what you think in the chat. But I mean, I think that's what the truth is. And if anyone, like I said, if anyone wants to call in and you have anything that you want to talk about, that you want to talk about with Marf, and yes, that's a real number with all fives at the end like that. I wasn't prepared for this. I was just making a video. So I just thought I'd do my best to try to put it together. It's my first time ever doing anything like this, so forgive me. I'm not prepared with a bunch of content and all that, but I do. I'm up to date on current events. I want to see in chat. Let's see. So Jerry Love. Oh, you remember me? Thank you. That's nice to see. Hi, West Virginia. Do you make the effort for the food? Yeah, I'm making, yeah. Effort, you could say. West Virginia has those low flybys all the time. Do you really? West Virginia? Looks like we got 2, 3. There's actually more people than there is in chat. But that's what I do. I usually don't participate in chat. I usually sit back and I just read chat. Yeah, Jerry, I'm going to go over and post you live on Discord. Be right back. Oh, yeah, thank you. If you guys want to please thumbs up, share, anything. That way we can get some calls in there, liven it up, get the chat going. Let's see. Let's see if I'm missing any comments here. But I'll remember these names. I appreciate you guys coming by and just at least saying hi. It just sucks. Sometimes I really like it. On the East Coast, I stay up, especially when I don't have work the next day. And I look forward to seeing his live chats. And you guys can hear me, right? I'm not part of Marfoogle News. Well, I mean, no, that's his thing. Oh, all right, thank you. On the Facebook, yeah. I appreciate it. I was just hoping to get some callers in here. If not, we could chat. I'm up to date on everything, I think. But I'd like to, hear some things I don't know about too. I agree, Jerry, and I appreciate it. So where's everybody from? I think I know where WV is from. So let's see at the mic. Kansas, Southwest PA. Inform my phone so they can inform the family. All right. Great. It's just so, isn't that weird though, that sonic boom, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't remember the last time that he didn't go live. Besides, I don't know, what was it, like the snowstorm or something like that. And then all of a sudden, yeah, there's like a sonic boom and he can't go live. It's just odd. All right, so the phone's up. It's restricted. Should I answer it? Red Pill News.
Bro, it's not a good idea to be a nigger.
What was that? That's why people like that call restricted. Because they're cowards. But what did they say though? It's not a good idea. And then some word I'm not gonna say. You guys hear that? And I ain't worried. I don't know what they're trying to say. Like, they said something like, no, I got a good idea, something N-word or whatever. I don't know if they're talking about the phone number, but this ain't my private phone number. I got more than one. I got 3 phones, so I'm not worried about that. Nobody calls. No one knows this phone number. So I don't mind using it on here. I knew it would be something stupid. They call it restricted like that. Sounds like a kid, honestly. Go to bed, huh? Calling me, talking shit. Go to fucking bed. Not a good idea for you to be up watching the internet. Yeah, he did. He sounded pretty young. I kind of feel bad about dropping an F-bomb right there. So I'm trying to think what else I saw today. Go. Are you saying go see SpaceX launch? Is that what you're saying? Still here. Just hoping that this is sharing. So SpaceX Crew Dragon launch. How to watch the historic test flight tonight. Let's see. I'm just gonna make sure you guys are still there. Can you guys still see me when I click away like that? Like this? Can you still see me right now? Yeah? I mean, you can see what I'm looking at. Oh, good. All right, so let's check it out. How to watch the historic test flight tonight. So it looks like we're going to watch this tonight. Multiple delays. Now we're finally ready to watch the capsule escape from this planet with the help of a Falcon 9 rocket. Space fans in the U.S. will need to stay up late to watch the historic, no problem for us, uncrewed demonstration mission takeoff from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. NASA has scheduled the launch for 11:49 Pacific time, which is in about a half hour. And we'll broadcast the proceedings live on NASA TV. So I'll keep that right here, and we'll have that live. So in about a half hour, we'll have that launch live. Good idea. Whose idea was that? Whose idea was that? Oh, Moonchild. Thank you, Moonchild. Oh, so you're saying, did you see the launch? Or did you not know that they kept delaying it? So I guess it's going to be 2:49 Eastern time. So about literally not even a half hour, like 22 minutes. So if anybody wants to call in, talk, please feel free. If not, we'll keep looking at some of this stuff. Maybe I'll show you some of the stuff I was telling you about earlier. Wait, what did you guys say? Yeah, you missed a call. You didn't miss nothing. I'm not even gonna repeat. All right, so that's why he doesn't answer restricted. All right, so as far as India, Pakistan, right? So they released the hostage, right? For those of you who are just getting here, crisis may be easy, but nuclear sigil hangs over. Yeah, that's because. Let's see. Oh, CNN. We're not gonna get any truth here. Let me see what else we got. All very pro-Indian. Look at that. So here's some real shit. I was after a pilot, and excuse my language, I was a sailor, in case you guys don't know. Caught me before. I was in the Navy, and I just, it's something I'm trying to get better at as a Christian, but I do have a, okay, so I was after a pilot. I'm going to pronounce that. Returns. 2 children and a mother are killed in Pakistan shelling. Pakistani forces targeted civilian areas with heavy guns. Indian forces retaliated effectively, said the police. Oh, see what I read earlier said that it was Indian soldiers that were killed. So let's see. So hours after Pakistan handed over a captured Indian Air Force pilot, we'll call him Abheen, to India, a woman and her 2 young children were killed in heavy overnight shelling. Like I said, even after he was hungover, they were still shelling each other all night by Pakistani troops along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district. The victims have been identified as Rubina Kassar, 24. This is sad. And her 5-year-old son, Faizan, and 9-month-old daughter, Shaban. I have a daughter. I don't like seeing it. Okay. Another person was severely injured in the firing. Pakistani forces targeted civilian areas with heavy guns, including the Howitzer 105, wow, and mortar bombs, to the police, adding that the Indian forces retaliated effectively. Doesn't sound too effective to me. Sounds like they killed a woman and 2 kids. A 9-month-old and a 4-year-old, was it? Regardless. Doesn't sound like it. What I read earlier was that some 2 Indian soldiers were killed. That's kind of the idea in war, you kill the other soldiers. But I guess that, according to this, that's effective. Kill women and children. Pakistani shells hit several houses in Salvatore village near the line of control earlier on Friday. A woman was injured in cross-border firing in Mankati area of Poonch. Apart from Mankati and Salatri, Pakistani forces also targeted villages in Krishnagat. This is gonna kill me. And Balakote sectors. Intermittent firing has been going on since the last 8 days, said the Jammu and Kashmir police. The district authorities have asked schools within 5 kilometers along the line of control, which is what they call it, to close down temporarily and ordered villages to stay indoors. On Thursday, a civilian was injured in Pakistan. In Pakistani firing in Uri. So was injured in Pakistani firing in Uri. Okay, said officials yesterday, and 4 security men were killed. And last week, there's been as many as 60 ceasefire violations. That tells you right there, this isn't stopping. And especially because they released the pilot. China influenced that just for the optics. Most people, they saw that and they're like, oh, thank God, because they both have nukes. So, thank God, everything's over, everything's okay. Yeah, right. Women and kids getting killed. It's just, I'm sorry. I've been there, in Afghanistan. It's just, there's nothing. Anyway, so let's see what else we can find here. I'm going to check out chat, see if you guys found anything interesting. No one's calling. What's going on? Just that kid? All right. Let's see. So, scared the crap out of me. And you said you were in Kansas? Bunch of choppers going over you? Oh, trolls. I mean, they can troll all they want. It's my first time doing this. I'm just doing it to fill in the time. Why? Where's the troll? I don't even care. Oh, the kid calling. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, Jerry Love, call in. Says CJ Blaze. Why not you? No, if you don't feel comfortable. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Jerry. Yeah, the summit. That was interesting. Do you think that was authentic? The way that they kind of like called it quits the way they did? I mean, you would think they would already have it all mapped out. They would already have crossed the T's, dotted the I's before going and doing a summit like that. Like, I don't know. The first one, they definitely made sure everything was all set. I mean, that's the first one. But that was surprising to me. Oh, maybe he tried a little something, thinking that Trump wouldn't want that negative publicity, and he thought he called Trump bluff, but he didn't. Trump did walk away, regardless how it looks. That's why I like him as president. Oh, wow. WV. I was just reading what you wrote about in Venezuela with the kids. Moonchild, say trust the plan. You talking about Q? Because I tell you, I've seen artificial intelligence. I've taught artificial intelligence, and the way they work is through questions. And I know that Q, seems to have sympathy and a little bit of sense of humor almost, but that can be programmed. Trust me, that can definitely be programmed. They actually use them. Well, one of the main things they talk about using them for is as therapists. Believe it or not, sitting there talking to a computer. But yeah, so they can program all that stuff, and that's every time I mention that Q is artificial intelligence, possibly. I mean, trust me, I wish I would love it that if there was, especially someone coming from a military intelligence background like myself, that there's just like a team of military intelligence guys. There would be a crypto guy, there would be a bunch of special forces. They'd be working with the SEALs. They'd be doing all kinds of cool stuff, and all working behind the scenes to take down all these bad players that have been doing all kinds of bad stuff to kids and human trafficking and the corrupt government, and just taking it all down from the inside out. And it's just grand plan that's going to be unveiled, but it was supposed to be unveiled last year, then like 9 months ago, then 6 months. I don't know. I always in the back of my head. One thing I will say though is that it's not like some guy at his computer. It's not that, or a group of guys, even like hackers. I don't think it's that. I think I'm pretty sure it was started by a group of hackers. If you guys know Thankyou, he's a hacker I actually follow, and he was like one of the original, and he explained how he came up with Q and how it was a cicadia puzzle, which is if you know anything about hacking, that was like a big thing a couple of years ago, and that's how he came up with the name. But that after that, somebody took it over. He didn't know who, because the trip code only lasts for so long before it can get hacked or something like that. So I would love to think that it's true. And I think that's part of why it works. We would all like to think that there's some team that, is, taking out the bad guys while we're putting our kids to sleep and we're laying our heads on our pillows. And there's so much bad going on in the world. We would all like to think that. I mean, if it was true, that'd be amazing. Which is why people, they're going to put so much faith into it. I mean, that's psychology 101 right there. You search out what you want to hear. So, I don't know. Just doesn't pass the test to me. Sounds more like artificial intelligence, the way that it talks and questions. That's exactly what artificial intelligence does. And that's how it learns as well. So at this point, with as many people that are communicating with Q, whether they know it or not, just by talking about Q, mentioning Q, trying to figure out his riddles, which are in question form, that gives him a lot more intel. They're actually doing all the work, and that's just leading to more questions from artificial intelligence, and it's just going to keep going. And there might be little things that it figures out, because these things can tell the future. I actually said that to Marfoogle a couple of days ago. I said he basically has like his own little intelligence network, and that's what intelligence is. It's collecting and gathering information to the point where you can basically predict the future. Because let's say something was going to happen, I don't know. Let's say the jets over his house. Um, let's say that went down. Well, everyone in that area would send them emails, and you look for spikes in information. And when you see those spikes, you know that's either something's coming or something just happened. So he has like his own little like intelligence thing going, which is I think is brilliant. Kind of checking the chat here. Hello, awake and aware from Kentucky. Jerry Love, I agree. It's the only plan I trust too. And by the way, I'm going to put the phone number out there. If anybody wants to call in, you don't have to wait. Nothing like that. Anything you want to talk about. No time limit. I'm trying to see where I was. My God, these lights are bright. Trying to read, things are heating up between us. China different moves. Yeah, they are. I agree. Who wrote that? WV. Yeah, I agree. That makes no sense. About what they said with FEMA and not to prepare for 6 months. Nobody in the military would ever tell you that, even if there was nothing particular to be worried about. Just give me 1 sec. This light's like way too bright. All right. My eyes. Oh my God, the light was bright. That light was so bright, my eyes like hurt. Oh my God. All right. I'm not sitting here for the next time. Might not be here next time. I'm trying to read the comments. So, too much. Yeah, with the stress. My MS is acting up. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. WV. I'll keep you in my prayers tonight. Oh, you think so? Maybe that too. Yeah. I don't know though, because the media was reporting it before the summit though. That's the only thing. You would think that I know they don't have like great intelligence over there as far as like, agencies and all that, but you think that at least listening to our news, you got the right idea, Moonchild. Probably is a distraction. But I'm telling you, I'm intrigued by this India-Pakistan thing only because I got buddies who are still in, and they're concerned about it, which makes me concerned about it. Because it's not, it puts pressure on China. It's too close to China, and they don't want that destabilization along with, us becoming friendly with North Korea. It's just none of it's good for China. And China's powerful enough that they get squeezed too hard. See, Russia, they always, they hit their chest and play tough, but they're no threat war-wise. I mean, they're a threat, but they're not the type of threat China is. Um, yeah, I agree, CJ. AI. Yeah, I would never, unless I had no other option and I got caught totally unprepared, like somewhere where I didn't have my bug out bag. That's the only way. Which I still only have 8 of the C's in my bug out bag, so I'm not even 100% ready right now. I mean, I'll be honest about that. I just we got a charger. Charge this thing. I'm here. All right, so everyone's still there. I just had to go charge, otherwise I would have died. Let's see. So nobody here wants to call in, talk to me. He's gonna let me say it. I mean, I don't care. I'll talk. Africa is really holy land too. That's true. I mean, Egypt for sure. Um, Even they have the Somalian Jews, if that's what you're talking about. And I heard they had the ghost cities there too, if that's what you're talking about, Denise. Jerry. She's funny. You should call Jerry. No? Red pill, thanks for the prayer. Oh, of course, definitely. I'm actually gonna write that down. I'll remember it. If nobody wants to call, I mean, what do you guys want to hear? You guys want to hear like stories or what? Hear about me, hear about some stuff. Current events. Go over some news. Oh, the SpaceX launch. Did we miss it? Oh, no. We still got, all right. We still got 7 minutes special SpaceX launch. So, let's just check it out. I don't think this is live, but obviously. Yeah, all right. Hutchinson, Kansas. I think I know who this is. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, and who is this?
Huh?
Who's this?
This is Jerry Love.
Jerry Love?
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Pretty good.
What you want to talk about? Because I don't know what to talk about. Everybody wanted me to call.
I think everyone's real excited about this SpaceX launch coming up. All right, let me get back to the YouTube. No, I'm not froze. You couldn't see the screen. I was looking at the not you, Jerry. I was looking at the space launch. You guys couldn't see that.
No, we couldn't see that.
Oh, you couldn't right now?
Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna do it right now. You guys can't see that right now?
Nope. You're not flipping.
It was working before though, right?
Mm-mm. We didn't see it at all. I did it at least.
Oh, everyone was saying yes. Oh.
No, we said we see you. Hello,
right.
family.
Can everyone hear Jerry? Yeah, everyone can hear you. They're saying hello.
No, we could see you. We couldn't see the space launch.
Oh. See, this is I had different software up first, but it was like video game stuff. Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know anything about that. So when I was reading all that, you guys just listening to me talk. Oh, I thought you guys were reading along the whole time. Wow.
It's your first day, so.
And like I thought you guys could see the words I was trying to pronounce. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you guys see what I mean? Oh no. That must have been horrible. That's pretty funny. So we're about in Kansas. I was stationed with a couple guys from Wichita.
Yeah, I'm close to Wichita.
Yeah. I always bet on their basketball team.
Huh?
I always bet on their basketball team.
I don't watch the sports. I leave that alone.
They're great. They're great.
So, what of the C's do you have for your bug out bag?
I have I don't know all the C's, to be honest with you. What do you have?
Oh Lord, I got a little bit of everything. I showed everybody on Shauna's show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So can you go through them?
Oh, I've got 2 compasses. I've got water filtration figured out.
I know how to do that. Like in 2
And
different ways.
I didn't know none of this stuff until about a year ago. And everybody started helping me on the Fugel family because I'm on disability.
Yeah.
I finally got my disability as of yesterday, so yay.
Oh, good for you. That means you got like the retro.
Yeah, so
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm happy
I'm
about that.
on disability myself.
It took me 3 years to get on it.
Yeah, it's tough.
It was ridiculous.
I got a nice little wound. Yeah. I got a wound. Yeah. I don't want to show anything too gross, but. One second.
You figure it all out.
Can you guys even see? Inside? I always forget. You should be able to see.
But
it wasn't. It wasn't in the.
I just started growing.
It wasn't in the military.
Do what?
It wasn't in the military.
Well, it wasn't in the military?
The wound I got.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
So you didn't get shot in the butt?
No, no. I got stabbed by some idiot. But that's a long story. But yeah, I went on disability, not for that reason, totally different reason, PTSD and all that. But you know, the good thing about it is like you can go to school and everything, and like now I'm working at a radio station, a sports radio station.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can, kind of gives you an opportunity to. I mean, some people, kind of take advantage. They're not. They kind of fake it, but.
Oh, I've got so many problems. I'm allergic to the world.
I believe you.
I'm allergic to the world. I really am. And I have disabilities like neuropathy and stuff like that.
I didn't forget about you, chat. We see you. But I figured you guys wanted to hit Jerry, right? So what else do you have in the bug out bag?
I've got a saw now, a shovel. I went to a dollar store and I got some little washcloths.
That's smart, the washcloths.
That's important to have because if you ain't got toilet paper, you can always use that and wash it out.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So,
you said a saw?
Yeah, I got a little hand saw.
Yeah.
A folding one. I got my water system. I got that life straw for families that you hang from a tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it does a lot of water.
Wow.
So
that's interesting. So I just know some of like the old school kind, like by a riverbed you dig and that's like,
my second.
Yeah.
That's my second thing. I mean, this water system's only good for so much,
Yeah.
But it'll get me by until I can get something else going.
Yeah, that's not like an ideal plan, but survival type thing,
Yeah. And I started growing my own plants inside.
Like food?
Yeah, I bought a little greenhouse for indoors.
Oh.
I set it right in front of my window and stuff's growing like a weed.
So what are you growing?
Huh?
What are you growing?
Right now I got onions, celery, potatoes. I'm rooting them so I'm going to plant them in a bucket.
Okay. That's smart. So now what C is that? Is like the saw covering and all that?
The what?
The saw.
If I have to bug out, I've got my saw with me.
But
I'm hoping to stay in as long as I can.
But I was wondering, like, all the C's were, because I was
All the
listening one
C's I
time, and
have. I don't know all the C's. I've got them
oh,
written down somewhere.
yeah, because I remember her saying them, and she also sent me something special because I
She's
was,
got a list.
yeah. She
She'll
she
send
had she
you the
had read
list.
them, and then I actually asked her a question. She sent me something personally for my I have a 2-year-old daughter. I'm like, well, what about with a 2-year-old little girl? And I'm a single father, so I'm like, what do I do in that situation? You know what I mean? And there was a lot of stuff in there that I never even would have thought of, you know, like things like just like comfort items, and I didn't even consider things like that. But for a 2-year-old, is even for an adult, you need the comfort items sometimes,
Yeah.
I mean, for a 2-year-old, definitely,
You probably gonna have to have quite a bit of comfort items just to keep her busy,
Yeah,
Keep
exactly.
her mind off of what's going on around her.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it would be a whole different world if we ever had to really actually bug out like that. So,
Yep.
I mean, but you're right. Anything to relieve it at the end of the day,
Make sure you take her special blankets and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that was
She
actually
might want.
something she put on there. Yep,
Yep.
a special, like a favorite, like teddy bear or whatever. Well, for her, it is a teddy bear, and then a favorite blanket, things like that. Pictures.
Okay. We got a couple questions on here.
Let's see.
What do I think about the ghost towns? I think they made them ghost towns for the elite that survive, and they're gonna go there.
Mm.
That's what
That
I
would make
honestly
sense.
think.
That was my first thought.
You ain't gonna get there unless you're rich.
Oh yeah, and think about it. I mean that is a lot of units though. 100 million.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take all the major cities of the U.S. and
Yeah, but you ain't gonna get there unless you can pay for it.
yeah. So I guess you don't have to be like super rich. You don't have to be a billionaire.
Oh yeah.
But who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I was just thinking more like war because there's so many of them. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
what everybody's been saying is they want to take out the USA, so you know that ain't gonna include them. You know, they're not gonna take themselves out.
Well, I mean, if they were to go to war with us, maybe they would try like a preemptive strike, and we'd head them back, and maybe they feel like if they hit us first, they could win, but they know that we would retaliate. So maybe they know they lose a lot of their population, which honestly they wouldn't mind. The New World Order wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, they want the population at 500,000. I mean, 500 million. I'm sorry.
Yep, they done wrote that in stone.
Yeah, Georgia guys. Yep. That's for sure. That's really what they want. And it's kind of that's kind of freaky, the Georgia Guidestones. I always wanted to go see those. To have them in so many different languages, and just the reason, just why would you even put that to keep the population at that number?
Yeah. Because they want to be greedy and have it all.
Of course. It's unbelievable.
And as far as buying seeds, I bought my seeds at Dollar Tree because they're 4 for $1.
That's smart.
I grow my celery. I just went to the store, and when you buy your celery, you cut off all the stalks, and you can actually grow celery from the root. From the root
of the celery? Huh.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Just put it in a tiny bowl, a tiny bit of water in a bowl, and it'll start growing again.
That's interesting.
And so will green onions.
Green onions?
Yep. All
Same
you do
idea.
is cut off the chive part and put the root in the water, and the chives grow back within a week.
There you go. That's smart.
So
That's some good information. And Francon says, it's a little different. What do you think about RH negative blood type? Good or a bad
I don't
thing?
know.
I mean,
Good or bad thing.
yeah,
I
I
really
know.
don't know.
It could be like a the
I know that
Nephilim.
they're looking for it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because they've had plenty of videos on it. So.
But that would make sense because it's rare. But then again, it would be rare that you have it and need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be as rare as it is to get it. It would be just as rare to need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I don't know, but I guess some people would still they like to have it, maybe just to be prepared in case. Or it could be the Nephilim. They could find out. Who knows? I mean, I usually don't get my conspiracy theory level doesn't get too. I don't believe in flat Earth and all that. And I'm still a Christian. Sorry, I know some people like to think, because if you don't believe, because with the firmament that it would be a flat Earth. I don't know. It doesn't read like that to me, but they would have to be flat. What say you?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I've been really thinking about that because it does say that we have a firmament over us. It doesn't say nothing about under us.
I
don't know. I never thought about it until I heard all this.
I know. I said one thing that did kind of get me one time is I saw somebody go really, really high with a drone. It was ridiculous. He was so high that he should have seen some curvature. He saw nothing. And then afterwards, he was able to prove the science of why he should have seen curvature.
Yeah,
and I've never seen that. I've never seen that disproven. So that was one of the things that caught my eye. And then we got CJ Blaze saying, I think the Messiah was AB negative, RH negative, can't be cloned.
That could be true.
Yeah?
Yeah, that could be true.
Well, if the moon was in our atmosphere the whole time, then we still never went to space. Very good point. Isn't that unbelievable? Did you hear this? So something came out. You probably maybe heard it on Marfoogle. I think Marfoogle is where I heard it. The moon, they found out this whole time, has been in our atmosphere.
Yeah.
After all these years of telling us otherwise.
They've been trying to hide it all behind clouds and all that mess. Keeping it hidden. There's all kinds of stuff out there coming towards us.
Red Pill, do you have a plan for a bug out location? Yes, I do.
I don't have a bug out location.
No?
No, I have nowhere.
Huh. See, I got one because I'm in the city, so it's kind of different, because it's going to be crazy getting out of here if it was like that. So I got a place in the city, but if I can get out of the city.
Get out of the city.
I know.
You do not want to be in the city.
But it might be
especially with your little girl.
I know. So I was thinking Vermont. That's my plan right now, and I don't have 4 routes, but I got 3 routes. I don't think there is 4 routes. I mean, I guess if you take
I live in a little bitty town, so.
Oh yeah. I would feel a lot more comfortable about stuff like that with a little girl, with a little small town. Who knows? I might move by then, so I might move. I wouldn't be in a small town, but I'd be out of the big city at least, you know.
Where am I supposed to come hang out? Come out, hang out with me, Jerry.
Our employment potential. I think our employment potential is going down the tubes. I mean, they've made sure
nobody
that
could get anything but part-time jobs, and that's just getting worse.
Yeah,
we had 2 stores shut down just in the past couple of months here.
Yeah, I feel like we're just good for consumers. We're not exactly the best workers anymore. With the new generation, it's like they're so wrapped up in the technology, and not just that. Like where I'm from, here in Boston, it's the drugs. It like wiped out a whole generation. We're talking if you're 36 and under, you've had all your best friends and everybody involved with drugs, and even if they didn't die, it's it's like killed opportunities for them, gave them records, got the jails overcrowded. It's like a whole generation, and and a lot of the people who are on the drugs were some of the most athletic, intelligent, just interesting people I ever met in my life. It's amazing when you find out, like, and they don't get on. A lot of them don't get on it right away. It's like in their mid-20s. It's not like they get on it like as teens. It's like, in their mid-20s they go through something, and next thing you know, with social media, you end up finding out, they die or they're in jail, and it's just like a whole generation. And the ones who aren't on drugs are lazy. And I mean,
you got that right nowadays.
Yeah, and it's just crazy. Like I bought a new TV, and literally I couldn't believe the manager working there. I'm like, this guy is like half a nitwit. Like he just didn't understand anything. He could barely type. He's typing with 2 fingers, and he's the manager of a Best Buy, this huge Best Buy in the city. It's not like a small town where, it's not slim pickings. It's a big city.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is slim pickings. No one wants to work hard. It's like there's not much competition for jobs because of the reasons I said. It's just I've noticed a huge decline in society since 2013. And I think a lot of it has to do with the Smith-Mundt Act, which is why I really wanted to mention that to Marfoogle the other day. And if anyone didn't hear about that, that's the if you guys didn't look it up, I would suggest you do. Smith, like you would think you would smell Smith, then Mundt, MUNDT Act. You look that up. That was in 2013. It lifted the ban on propaganda. We always had a ban on propaganda because it's the United States of America, right? We don't do propaganda. We're honest with our citizens. Until Obama decided, no, we ain't going to do that no more. We're going to have propaganda. And that's why you see this fake news, and it goes both ways, It's usually more left, but it's the right as well. I mean, Fox News has an agenda just as well as the left has an agenda with MSNBC and CNN. So it's like, I always said, like, why don't they make something in the middle? It would make a killing. Well, that's because that's not it's by design. They know it would make a killing to have something down the middle. I thought that news station, One America, I thought they were going to be, but they ended up being right leaning, which I usually watch the right leaning, the Fox, but it would just be something down the middle, no bias, just get straight news. But that hasn't existed since 2013.
Yeah. One thing about these kids and the working and stuff. It's not that they're lazy. These schools have dumbed them down a lot.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, they really have. I'm 44, but I started early and I've got grown kids already.
Yeah.
And my youngest daughter, she is, I think she'll be 23, and she doesn't even know how to count money.
Do they do that Common Core in Kansas?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that here,
it was
too.
in North Carolina when they went to school in North Carolina.
Yeah,
and
they do that Common Core here, too.
Yeah.
I saw that one time. I couldn't even, I was like, what is this? I was like, why would you ever, because math, for some reason, has always come easy to me, like more easier than other things. Like I couldn't draw. Couldn't draw anything. It would be a stick figure, and that's it. Yeah.
I
see,
don't like math.
yeah. Everyone's brain is different, like. Yeah, like like my brother, he's like that. He's an artist, but he's not a math guy. I'm a math guy. That's why I did the cryptology and.
I lived in Rocky Point, North Carolina, but I'm not there anymore. I'm in Kansas.
Oh, I'm familiar with Rocky Point.
Yeah, I lived there for 18 years.
Oh, wow. And so I can't believe they do the Common Core even like down there. See, I thought it was just because I live in Massachusetts.
Teachers just boycotted it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like it was way more steps. And like I understand, like they have them do more steps so that they can learn something more difficult, like down the road maybe in the year or the next year. But no, it seemed like there was no rhyme or reason. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat here too. Let's see what we got.
We're just talking away.
No, I'm keeping an eye to see. So the channel owns us. Okay. Oh, Denise wants to know, where do we get the seeds?
We already covered that one.
Oh, yeah.
So we're down here way at the bottom.
What is bottom? Oh, like something to trade, like a book. You'd be surprised what someone might give you for a book, especially if they have abundance of it.
Or seasonings.
Yeah.
Yep, seasonings you could get for real cheap right now, and they said back in the day during the wars, those things went like gold.
Wow.
They were worth their weight in gold just for a seasoning.
That's wow. It makes sense though when you think, right?
Yep, and you could get seasonings 2 for $1 at the dollar store. So.
Oh, good night, Denise.
Good night, Denise. So.
Hydroponics. It's a great idea. See, I just worry about like carrying all this. It's almost like it's best to go bury it somewhere.
Yep. What's our next topic?
They control the media. They control. Well, you told us 2 years ago what's happening now. I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Is that El Gato Night? Has anyone watched Lindsay Willimas' channel? What he told us a few years ago.
I haven't watched that one, I don't think.
Should buy horses. That's very smart, Moonchild.
Should buy horses, chickens, goats.
Yeah.
Mark Meek, we've been talking forever, so I don't know if you're going to get in here or not.
Yeah, so I was wondering, so what's up with Lindsey Williams, El Gato? What did he actually predict that, that couldn't be guessed, let's say? Energy non-crisis? I mean, I guess. I don't think that's like the craziest thing I've ever heard. Power grid going down. That hasn't happened though. Has it? Am I missing something?
Power grid hasn't gone down.
Yeah.
We'd all be out.
There's a lot of speculation.
Yeah, we'd all be out though.
But that's what would happen, right?
Yeah, it
In
can.
a war, an EMP would probably happen before the war began. Most likely, I would bet money that an EMP would happen before the war actually started. So it's like, whenever like the lights do go off, like one time it happened like just around here. It was like a freak thing. I freak out a little bit.
Make sure you got oil lamps in your house.
Oil lamps, yeah. I listened to that show.
Oil lamps, oil. Those are cheap. You stock up on them, and in the Bible it says to keep oil in your lamps. So
that's true. And it says it'll be dark. For how was it? It just says basically that the sun will be blocked out. It doesn't say how long. Correct?
Yeah.
Doesn't say a time. Right? The media.
Well, I know that we're supposed to have 3 days.
Oh, 3 days. That's right. 3 days. I was just thinking, like, wait, it does say 3 days of darkness, which is odd because I thought with the past because I just remember 3 days because with the
and it also said do not look outside in that 3 days of darkness.
But that would be the pit opening. I'm assuming. Or was that? Yeah, that would be the pit opening.
And the 3 days of darkness is when the demons are supposed to come out.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to look at them.
Has anybody? Well, yeah, it's supposed to be so bad, give you a heart attack, make your hearts fail. Men's hearts fail. Has anyone seen what's his name? Jonathan Kleck?
Huh?
Jonathan Kleck.
He's got a channel, don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch him.
He's an interesting character. And he comes out with some, pretty I don't know, some hard claims. That but then again he uses I forget the name of it. It's just like it's able to tell you like the root words of everything and what the exact meaning is and all that, and I don't know, he uses that to kind of play with the Bible, but some of the stuff he says like he's been talking a lot about like this scorpions, and that it's a scorpion race, and it does say that in the Bible, that's the scorpions and locusts and all that, and they're
scorpions from the bottomless pit.
Yeah, and it kind of like Jonathan Kleck, Kleck, and at first it comes off like this guy might have a mental issue or something, but when you really like watch him for a little bit, he makes sense because he stays on topic. and he talks. He'll go for 5 hours, stay on topic. He's prepared.
Half the time I gotta watch part of his show for a little while, and then I'll come back.
Yeah,
and
it's
watch
just
a
too
little bit
much.
more.
It's just he even has to walk away for a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But I've been finding him fascinating lately. I think he's been killing it. Some of the stuff he's been saying, and I've been noticing it. Like the whole things with like the stinger, you know, and how they put that in our face, and it's true. It does say that everything would be backwards or upside down.
Yep.
And once he started doing that with everything, it's kind of weird. You know, he talks about like penises and vaginas way too much. And the way his voice sounds, I don't want to say nothing, but at first I kind of judged him. I'll be honest, you know, which I shouldn't do. I kind of thought maybe something else.
But honestly, I think that maybe God is talking to him, because there ain't no way that
how could he come up with that?
He sees stuff that's like totally wild.
How could he come up and the thing? Yeah, and it's daily. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like he spends so many hours doing these streams. I don't see him having much time to do much else. You know?
I know, right?
It's like it's not like he's like has some like master plan. He's wearing these ridiculous clothes with scripture on it, and I don't know.
Some of the stuff he says is kind of on point, but then he turned. This is what got me is, he said something about he's a prophet.
Yeah, I don't
and
like
if we don't believe him, we're going to hell.
See, yeah, he has a little too much pride.
That kind of didn't make sense
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. I heard that too, and I didn't like that either. That made no sense. It's like,
yeah, there was a lot of pride in there.
Yeah, a lot of pride. Like ridiculous amount of pride. Like, we'll go to hell if we question it.
Yeah.
Really? How are we supposed to use discernment?
When he said that, I was like, huh.
But then again, I really believe that guy like stays up with no sleep, and like I think he does go a little loopy, you know. And he said before, like there'll go long periods of time where God won't talk to him.
You said Mark needs the number. I have put up the number like 3 times already. Somebody said,
yeah, you got something, Mark? Yeah, definitely. Here we go.
WV said that he needs the number. I've already put it up there 3 times.
All right.
I don't think he's called in because I told him that we've been talking a lot. But I'll let you go so that Mark can call in.
So nice talking to you, and thank you for stepping up for me.
No worries.
I appreciate it.
Everybody was saying, Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
That's what you get for being social, right?
Yeah.
So thank you.
I'll talk to you.
I'll always remember that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So Mark, was it Mark? Mark? Wanted to call in? Oh, what about this? Oh wait, I can't. Let me see here. What are these things? So chat say. So did anyone see the launch? Did it go okay? Yeah, I will. Could you put the spelling one more time? I could look back if not. No, we do it anyway. Yep. Lindsey Williams. So it's a he, like Lindsey Graham. Oh, but it's not Williams. It's Willimas. Willimas. Oh, it is Williams. Okay, thank you. I'm still here. Just give me a sec. I'm just seeing this one. And the thing is, I have the software where I can screen share and all that, but it was giving me a hard time. An elder person in his 80s. Oh, is he the guy who died and said that he seen the afterlife and came back? And thank you again so much, Cherry Love. Yeah. No, I know the guy I'm talking about is still alive too, but he's like in his 80s and he's also like a famous in that way, but he had died a couple times. And he goes around, he's a great speaker. Except I think he's about to like really actually die, the guy I'm talking about. Yeah, you probably, yeah. I think he's still alive, but he's on his way out if he is, because last time I seen him, he didn't look too well. Yeah, the looking outside thing, honestly, I didn't know that either a week. I mean, I know it's supposed to be so bad, like you're hot. Yeah, right, CJ. I just figured if he's not going to be on. Sometimes when he's not on, I'm like, oh man, you know, especially certain days because I got nothing going on tomorrow. Like on Friday nights and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, phone call. Oh, no phone call. So is anyone else here on the East Coast? Mm-hmm. No. Texas. You got a lot of friends in Texas. Coast. Oh, you're in England. Ohio, St. Louis, Pennsylvania. It's amazing when you start to see them all popping up like that. Yeah, right. It really is. It's, nothing like Texas. And they do everything huge. every party, everything. I got friends in the Fort Worth and Dallas area. I mean, really, like all over Texas. Just a lot of military guys from Texas. Yeah, Mark, anytime you want. Oh, I've been talking to this thing. The mic is here. I got a mic here. I just put the phone here. I'm getting it. Now I know where I can put the phone. Instead of having to hold it. Thanks for working with me, guys. I didn't even know if it was actually even going to work. If it was actually even going to go live. I was actually surprised when it did, and I was kind of like, oh, shoot. I'm actually live. Read Revelations, I assume. Yeah. St. Lucia, huh? Is that Mark Mick? Is that you that wanted to call him Mark? Of course. Yeah. I appreciate it, Wick. I'll put the phone number in again. Don't worry about this. 6.9 earthquake in Japan from Moonchild 38. Huh. Akron, Ohio. Hello?
Hey, what's up? It's Mark.
Hey, how you doing, Mark? Red Pill here. Thank you for calling.
I'm sorry, what?
I said thank you for calling.
Hey, no problem. I'm just, do you watch Marfoogle often and stuff?
Yes.
All right, well, then you've heard me. I'm used to be No Name from East Texas. Then I was just Mark from East Texas. I've caught him quite a few times.
Okay.
And I'm just, whatever you want to talk about, I'm down for. I don't have anything to do. I'm 20. I'm kind of newer to the prepper thing, but, I've got a young mind, a fresh perspective on things that a lot of, the older people don't necessarily have.
Yeah. All right, then. That sounds good. So, what do you feel? Whatever you feel most comfortable talking about, and I could probably vibe with you. So,
I'm really comfortable with anything. Like I said, I don't got anything to do. I'm up. I've got a lot of energy. So, I mean, if you want to just spit off some topics, I can tell you whatever.
All right. I'm gonna see chat. Any ideas? They think that you're trying to make them feel old. You can see chat too, right?
No, I'm on my phone.
Oh,
so
okay.
if I go on YouTube,
All
it'll
right.
probably
Yeah.
play through.
So I'll let you know things. No, they were just joking. I know the slower posts are better change of pace, but I don't know, Marco. It's something I be wondered about. Are you a Christian?
I was, and then I wasn't, and now I'm trying to find my way back.
Yeah. Are you
I kind of fell in
familiar?
with the wrong crowd when I was about 16 and got involved in a bunch of stuff I probably shouldn't have. And
A lot of us do. I mean, I did.
oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm finding my way back. I'm praying on it daily.
And it wasn't just when I was 16. You're still so young.
Oh, I know. I've got a lot of time to not necessarily a lot of time, but
Yeah.
I got time to mess up some more and get right. I try not to. I try living right, runnings with the law, that kind of thing. But you got to talk to them. You got to let them know that you're there.
Yeah.
Things like that. I spoke to somebody the other day, a good family friend, and she was like, I thought you were atheist. And I said, well, I'm trying to come back. I talked to him and stuff. And she said, well, you can't just talk to him when you want something. And I said, no, I understand that. That's absolutely true. That's a lot of problem a lot of Christians today have is that they just want to talk to them when they need something. They don't want to thank them for what they have, that kind of thing. I'm sick. My father's sick. This person's sick. Can you help them? And then, when things are going great, they don't realize that the Lord had a play in that too.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like, that has a lot to do with just kind of the times too. It's like, which I think is a sign that the end times are near. It's this whole instant gratification thing. I mean, that is not the what God intended. It's the need to be instantly gratified, instantly entertained, instantly everything you want at all times.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of problems, like I said, I'm only 20, but I have friends that are like 15 and 16 and stuff, and there's been like a huge falling away from God. A lot of young people these days are atheists or just blatantly mock the idea of there being a God.
Oh yeah.
And so I completely agree with you with time being soon, because that's one of the things it said was that there would be a great falling away, and I absolutely believe that we're in the middle of that.
Oh yeah, it went from, I mean, like back like 1917, it was like, these aren't exact figures. I read something just the other day. It was like something like 90% of households, right? And then, in the 40s, 50s, it was like 70 or 80% of houses, and so on. And now it's like all the way down to like a astronomically low number, especially amongst the youth. Like amongst people your age, it's like 5%, less than 5%.
Oh yeah, I remember being in seventh grade, which, I mean, let's see, I've been out of school for 2 years now, so that would be 12th grade, so I would have been like 12, and I met the first kid in my school that was like openly atheistic, and like even that was just a shock to because I mean that was only 8 years ago, but like the fact that nowadays people are so much more open, like young people are so much more open about just not believing is something that I believe just in, you said since it's been changing since 1917 or whatever, but I've just noticed in the last 8 years a huge drastic uptick in the amount of people that are willing to admit that they don't believe in God or just openly mock the idea of there being a God.
Openly, yes, and even their views and just everything that they believe in, everything they stand for. A lot of things that are in today or accepted, go directly against the Bible, and it's
and back in the day, I'm going to talk even before the 1900s. If you didn't believe, you didn't say anything about it. You went to church on Sunday. You didn't work on Sunday. You kept your mouth shut and you acted like you believed. And nowadays, people take to the streets to scream that they don't believe.
I'm reading a message. Oh, Jerry, you have a message? Talking in the chat. Oh, it's your birthday, Jerry? didn't tell me? Happy birthday.
Oh, Jerry, I love Jerry. Jerry's a really good friend. I talk to her all the time.
Yeah, she's great. She called in and like nobody really, because there's only so many people in chat, but she called in and she was great.
Oh yeah, me and her butt heads over certain things, but she's honestly one of the favorite people that I've met that have come out of the Marfoogle group. Absolutely, me and her have fought over things, disagreed over things, but I absolutely love her to death.
Oh shit! Fucking shit, bro. Oh man. All right. My chair just broke. All right. Let's see if I can do this. Wow. And I used to laugh at Marf. But someone, Bean said, I can't believe that just happened. Bean says, we live in a godless society. I mean, hell, look at the latest Fox ticker, Carlton thing about the royal family raising their kid gender fluid. Really? Church is empty. Desmond is amazing, being touted as good. Desmond. What's that? Queen, Lactatia, another drag kid. Oh. Every religion, but for me, it's not so much about religion. It's more like spiritual. I was raised Catholic, but maybe that's why. I mean, it's just so many things that in the Catholic religion, it says like call no man your father, and you call the priest your father, and the Holy Father is the Pope, and I just never understood that. I consider myself a born again Christian.
Yeah, I'd like to. That's what I'm working towards. I still have my days where faith is a big struggle, but I'm working on it every day, trying to get closer. And I think trials of faith are something that everybody goes through, and I think trials of faith are absolutely a good thing to reassure, your commitment to the Lord. Because I'm going to tell you right now that if I hadn't gone through some of the things I went through as a younger person, that I wouldn't have come back to Him. There are things that I've seen happen in my life that I believe are 100% completely because of Him. And had I not gotten in trouble and been able to turn things around, I probably to this day still wouldn't believe in.
And sometimes you see pure evil, and sometimes proof of the devil is enough to prove God.
Oh yeah, and that's
proof of true evil.
I got a bunch of. I've run with people when I was younger that they called themselves Satanists and things like that, and they're like, "Oh well, I believe in the devil," and they're like, "But I don't believe in God," and I'm like,
"That makes no sense."
But those things absolutely go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like you can't believe in one and not believe in the other.
Exactly.
And what kind of messed up thinking you have? But I don't know what I can talk about. I went to Walmart the other day and I was gonna buy a life straw, and they actually had a water filter that you could put. You could fill up a bag and like squeeze the water through the filter. Which, like, if you need to cook, if shit hits the fan and you don't have clean water, you can take this bag down to a river to, say you just have like a 50-gallon drum that's collected rainwater in your yard. Fill up this bag, squeeze it through the filter, and use it to cook, which in my mind is better than a life straw, because with a life straw, you can only drink through it. You can't put it on something in filter water, whereas with this, I can fill up this 8-ounce bag, squeeze it through, and then I have a cup of water I can cook with. I thought that was really cool, and it was cheaper than a life straw.
That's right. Yeah, that's pretty good. What did you hear about that?
I'm sorry?
Where did you hear about that?
Oh, I went and I bought one at Walmart.
Oh, you just saw it
like,
and thought it was a good idea?
It was like $18. I'm going to tell you right now, anything that I buy for my preps, though, I pay in cash. I don't pay with card because somebody has said, they can pull up your card transactions, and I don't want to be one of
They'll
those
know
people
you're
that's like,
prepping. Yeah.
yeah, one of those, everything's a conspiracy. We're always being watched, which, I mean, I do believe, but like,
I hate to like burst your bubble, but trust me, you're probably already on one anyway.
oh yeah,
Because they know everything. Everything.
There's like,
I was in the
people
intelligence community myself. They know everything.
oh yeah, absolutely.
The NSA.
But if I can pay cash and make it a little harder on them to have to find out that I bought that, then that's what I'm gonna do. Because I mean, I'm sure they can find out that I bought it anyway. But if they can't just pull up a card transaction to find it out, why not give them a harder time?
Yeah, I'm reading some of these. And
Yeah,
Jerry, I missed your what you said. Yeah, and I saw what you said though, CJ. I was like, oh, no one really said nothing. Maybe no one really noticed. Anyways, let's see. And oh yeah, I saw Awake and Aware. What you said. I've actually went through something very, very similar. It's almost to the T. It's been years and years and years, but still, I've been there. Trying to see what Jerry said. Oh, I think, is this it? Yes, we need to stop labeling ourselves. Now I don't even have a chair. Yes, we need to stop labeling ourselves as Christian, and others we are spiritual and need to stop putting up walls. If we truly believe in the Heavenly Father, we have to come out of her. And that came to you. We have to come out of her. Hold on. And stop putting up walls. If we truly believe in the Heavenly Father, we have to come out of her. And that came to you, Jerry?
Well, I've met plenty of people that consider themselves Christians, but consider the church itself as what it has become as like a big business that it is nowadays, that they don't want anything to associate with it. They, read their Bible, they talk to the Lord themselves, but they won't dare step foot inside of a church because of the money making.
And if I talk, I'm not interrupting you. I'm just saying good night to someone in chat or something like that. All right?
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
All right. Good night, friend. But you were saying, I totally agree with what you're saying though, because like that was a big thing with the Catholic religion. Everybody used to go to Sunday school where I was from. Everybody was either Irish or Catholic, or that's just the way it was where I grew up. I mean, did I say Irish or Catholic? I meant Irish or Italian, and we were all or Portuguese, and we were all Italian, and we were all Catholic, and we would all go to Sunday school, and that was just like when I was younger, I thought just everybody went to Sunday school. I mean, that's how it is up here in Boston, but nowadays it's not like that.
Oh yeah, where I'm from originally in Ohio. With my mom, I wouldn't go to church, but anytime I'd go visit my grandma, she lived 2 hours away from me, right on like the border of Ohio and West Virginia. I'd go spend all summer break with her, and she would make me go to church every Sunday. And so once I got a little bit older, I started going to church every Sunday when I was with my mom, and she just started expecting it from me. And then once I got older, kind of, and I think this is part of why I fell away, was in like an act of defiance to be like, no, I'm older. I don't need to, listen to you all the time, Mom. I'm independent now. Like, I stopped going to church.
Yeah.
And just out of spite to not want to have to do something that I've had to do for so long.
Well, that's part of kind of almost letting your mother know, you know. We all go through that.
And there was a saying I heard, and I heard it when I would go to church, and I brought it up, and it's something that I think still rings true today. If going to church makes you a Christian, then sitting in a garage makes you a car. Like,
Wow.
you don't have to go sit in church to be a Christian.
I totally agree. I couldn't. That's actually what a lot of people in chat are talking about. It's just, yeah. Pico, I'm listening. I totally agree.
I spoke to a buddy that I worked with. He ended up leaving the place that I worked, and I did too a couple months later. But he was talking about how oil and religion are the two main things that wars are fought for.
Yeah.
And like,
that doesn't make sense. You know?
Yeah, and like, I mean, in a sense, like, I don't know. It kind of does to me, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. But a lot of the wars that we fought are pointless.
I mean, not the religion I was raised on. You know, it's just that's not how it's supposed to be about love, and that's not what Jesus would want. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So all these wars over religion are the complete opposite of what you're supposed to be fighting for. Yeah. I mean, God never once said, go kill somebody that doesn't agree with your religious beliefs. I mean,
in fact, God, he said quite the opposite.
Kill people? Absolutely. But he never once told us as Christians, like, hey, your neighbor is a Muslim. Go kill him because he's not a Christian. Like, that was never said yet. We still go to war on a basis of we're a Christian country and they're not. To take them out, things like that. And I mean, yeah, oil's a big motivator in it too.
It usually is, yeah.
But,
that's what Venezuela.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I can go both ways on Venezuela. Do I think what's happening there is fucked up? Do I think that us as American people through the mainstream media are getting everything that's going on? Absolutely not.
Of course not. Yeah.
I believe that we're being fed information that makes us think that we're going to go down there and liberate all the people.
Yeah, and, like they're blocking the aid and burning it, and you know, you heard all that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And well,
that's one of the things I love about Marfoogle News is because I've always believed in like seeing both sides, you know, and then you come to your own conclusion.
There's a guy that I used to talk to a long time. That's why I used to not tell my name. I was in contact with. If you watched Marfoogle, you've probably heard of this guy that used to talk a lot of shit about him. His name's Baffled by Bullshit. Would put out videos.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah,
I used to follow him because I thought Marf was full of shit. Right when Hot Musket came out, I was like, this dude's full of shit, and there's somebody out here that's saying that he's full of shit, and I gravitated to him. And Shauna reached out to me. And I started emailing her, and I realized how level-headed both her and Marf were.
Yeah.
And, like, he wants to say he's all about fear porn, but Marf is just telling us things that come through the pipeline. I mean, could it be considered fear porn? Yeah, but I mean, these are things that could actually happen. Like, if you want to call something that could actually happen fear porn, then go for it.
No, not CJ.
Is the shit scary? Absolutely. Is it fear porn? Possibly, but
that guy's even worse.
Is it a possibility? Absolutely. And
yeah, you're right. And like, well, as far as like the fair porn thing, I used to see that more in John than Marf. I never really saw like a fair porn type of tactic, and that's when I started watching Marf. It was like a week before.
Not a huge fan of them. I'm not gonna bash anybody.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either. I'm just saying that fit that to me. Like when someone said fair porn, it made more sense to me. If somebody, but I never really saw that with Marf. With me, it was more so like the I don't know, I guess the only thing that was like odd was like with earthquake or like a tornado, no, in the middle of the night stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it
But
freaks me out. My heart's racing, and in the middle of the night, I can't get back to sleep. I'm thinking something bad happened. I don't hear nothing, and then the next day, it's like, oh yeah, all good. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought something was like going down, like for real. That's what
that was
happened
a fun
tonight
one.
too. It kind of freaked me out.
And I'm not a fan of John, but John connected me, like, because I watched John, a video from Marf popped up, and because of John, I got into Baffled by Bullshit because I thought that John was full of it when I first started watching him. And then because of that, I got connected to Baffled by Bullshit, and because of my relationship with him, I joined the Facebook group for Marfoogle and got in contact with Shauna because Shauna was like, Mark, this dude's basically just lying to you and saying a bunch of shit about Marfoogle that's not true. If you want the real story, email me. So I did, and then that's when I became a
sweetheart.
Marfoogle fan.
I don't know if you heard me earlier, but like she and I have a way to like put something together that kind of helped me prep for my daughter, or at least like give me some ideas for prep for my daughter. So that really made me feel good. See, that she did that for me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you, when I first came over, I didn't come over for Marf. I came over because of how incredible I thought Shauna was, and then if you take Shauna, you got to take Marf too. And then I fell in love with Marf too, and now I'm in contact with Shauna still by email regularly. I love talking to her. She's absolutely incredible. And that was a big thing I need to get prepped for. Is I have 18 months. He'll be 18 months on the 7th. So in 5 days, my son will be 18 months old, and that's something that I need to get prepped on. Because like right now, I have food for me and my fiance, and I have some powdered milk, but I definitely need to get more things for my son, like diapers, things like that, because like if shit hit the fan tomorrow, I would not be ready for him. I'd be ready for me and my fiance, but I need to go get ready for him.
And how old your son?
He'll be 18 months and 5 days.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Oh yeah, he's new.
I have a 2-year-old.
Oh, great! So the 16-month or 18-month-old phase is still fresh in your mind. Yeah, I'm dealing with all of that. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it gets even better. Trust me.
Oh, I bet.
They say terrible 2s, but I think it's more the 3s that are probably the worst.
That's what I heard somebody say for the first time. I heard them say three-nager.
What do they call it?
When they're 3, they're called three-nagers because they're just as bad as teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
But I definitely.
But the whole thing about Marf, I just want to say to chat. I care a lot. I really love listening to Marf, and I don't think he's bullshit at all. And I don't think the caller is saying that either. I think he's just being honest that there was a time when he wasn't sure, but he kind of realized that through Shauna, and I mean Shauna definitely did some nice stuff for me as well. But Marf, I've always been extremely fond of Marf. He just gives me a heart attack here and there. That's the only thing I could say. Okay,
yeah, I'm reading Jerry's stuff. Sorry, Jerry.
Just like in the middle of the night when I get like a video and it's like something's happening, and I'm like, what, for real? And I'm like, what do I do? It kind of freaks me out a little bit. And then
I about had a heart attack this morning. I went to the gas station, and all of a sudden their card reader stopped working, and I was like, oh shit, is it happening? And then I went down the road and used my card, and it was fine. But that's just something that they talk about. Yeah. It'll stop on a Friday. But Jerry's telling me I'm gonna get your channel flagged for things I'm saying, so we're gonna stop. She's right. I am a frequent caller. I do know the trigger word.
Words. Yeah. Give the reader online being a person. Well, it was great talking to you, buddy.
Hey, not a problem, man. You have a good night.
And thank you for calling, Mark.
Hey, no problem at all, man. You have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you, buddy. All right. So my chair is broken. And yeah, I saw you laughing there. CJ. As you called in on I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, CJ. I appreciate that. Um, yes, it is interesting to hear like a younger perspective, and I think that's important because sometimes like we do think of the younger generation. At least I do. I think of them as kind of just like totally just out to lunch, and I could say it about Mark. No, he's not. He seems to um, really like think a lot. He seems to be considerate. Seems to be a good kid. He does speak his mind. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna fault someone for speaking their mind. I mean, if at one point he thought something, and kind of realized that wasn't the case, I'm not gonna hold that against somebody. Um, I'm a huge fan of Mafia. You guys know that. You know, that like I said, the only thing that freaks me out is like just maybe because it's fresh, just like when like I like out of nowhere, like I see these videos and I get worried. I get really worried because I don't know, maybe it's just being a single father, like if something was to ever happen, just the thought of like being the only one that's there to like she depends on me for everything. I don't know. That's just I couldn't even imagine. Scary stuff. But yeah, it is. It's almost 5 a.m. on the East Coast. And I think I'm gonna get to sleep. Plus my chair's broken, so it's not too comfortable sitting on the floor. But I am in the middle of making a video regardless. So once I wake up, I'll probably be up like I still gotta be up at early, probably 9:30. She'll be up, and then but the good thing is she's going with her nana, so I can go back to sleep. So I just gotta drive her up to her nana's, go back to sleep. But I just want to thank everybody for coming by. Like I said, I was kind of freaked out at first, like when Ma put that first video out. And after the second video, I realized everything was kind of okay, but he wasn't going to be on. I thought I would try to put this together. I had some trouble trying to put it together, but at first I had the screen sharing one, but it was like a video game type thing, and I didn't know how to use it, so I kind of went with this style. It's a little bit better. I'm gonna play with it, and then before I do one of these again. But this was just a dry run, just out of nowhere. I knew he wouldn't be on tonight, so I figured I'd just give it a try. And I just want to thank everybody that came by and called and chatted with me, and just stopping by and checking it out. Even if you just sat and listened, I appreciate it. And anybody who happens to watch this in the future, if that's even possible with this, yeah, you should be able to, I think. So I just want to say thank you. So Red Pill out, and when you want to get your Pez again, feel free to stop by. I'm working on some videos. I go to school. One of the schools I'm taking is video editing. So I think I'm just being a little bit too like picky about making it just right. I'm gonna start trying to drop one every other day, maybe. But this isn't something I planned on doing often. But it was fun. It was nice talking with you guys. You know, some of you guys are pretty funny, and I really appreciate the people who called in because it was tough to kind of carry a conversation for this long, especially when I came into it with I had just read some of the stuff on what's it called, the situation in Pakistan and with India, but that's it. I just off the top of my head just had to talk. So the calls helped, the chat helped, and again, thank you guys. I mean it. And have a great night. Stay safe.